Hello there, people of the world, and welcome to today's episode of Coffee Chats with Jax. My whole life lately has been feeling a little bit like it's in this reconstruction phase. Why do I believe what I believe? What do I believe? What kind of people do I want in my life? What kind of faith actually makes sense? What are the questions that I've been kind of burying deep below because I was scared to ask because I was scared of what the answers might be? What kind of people do I want in my corner? How do I know when I can have someone in my corner? At the beginning of this year, I went through something really hard that kind of shifted my views on what trust means and what family means. An event happened that made me really scared to really give my all to somebody. Not just to somebody, but just to people in general. Because when we get hurt one time, at least by people that we trust and people that we let into these sacred, secret parts of our hearts, it's really hard to come back out of that on the other side and let more people in. Our hearts are really delicate and they deserve to be taken care of and they deserve to be heard and loved. And I've learned lately that not every single person out there is worthy and capable of doing that. So we have to find the good ones. We have to take our time and know who is trustworthy with our hearts and our souls and stand by those people. Life and God and Jesus and faith and all these things that we live by, we need to know what about them we believe is true, why we believe that's true, and what the questions we have are. We can't be afraid to ask questions. I am a truth seeker. I basically if there's some kind of controversy, some kind of tension, I just want to get down to the bottom of it. I don't just settle easily with kind of jumping in the pool and swaying with everyone else is doing. I want to know what the truth is. And some people in my life have told me that that's not a good thing, that it's kind of dangerous to ask questions because you don't want to have doubts, right? But I lately have been learning that if we're not wrestling, then we don't care. We're not trying. I think that everyone in their life is going to go through some kind of faith crisis because we believe what we believe, but faith is called faith for a reason. Faith is belief in things we cannot see. And there's a lot more questions out there in the world than there are answers, and I've been learning that lately it's okay to sit on those questions. That maybe Jesus is found in the questions more than in the answers. That maybe life's not about the formula and life's not about A plus B equals C. Maybe it's about learning that God's in so much more than we thought he was in. And he's so much bigger than we thought he was. And lately I've been opening my eyes to the idea that that's okay. Because at the beginning, finding out that what I've believed my whole life about this or that might not be true, there might be this perspective or that perspective, I freaked out. I panicked. I went into this dark depression for a week. But it came out on the other side stronger in what I believe because I fought for it. I wrestled with it. I know why I believe it. I know what is true about it and what I just don't know. And it's okay to not know. I think we learn a little bit about God and life and faith through everybody. For us to think that we have all the answers, for us to think that we have everything figured out, that makes us the most lost of us all. It's the ones that are humble enough to accept that they don't know everything, that they're trying, and we're erring in the sight of love, in the sight of grace, inclusiveness, friendship. Because if there's one thing that I know is true, it's that love is the most powerful force in the world. Love includes. It doesn't shut the door on people. Love doesn't separate people based on how they look or what they feel. Love is a big room full of big-hearted people. It's when someone stops you on a walk to look in your eyes and let you know that you matter, just to tell you that you're important, to make sure that you heard it. I've been learning what it really means to celebrate humanity, to celebrate our differences just as much as our sameness. We're different for a reason. We have so much to learn from each other, and it makes me really sad when people shut that out. When people get stuck in their own narrow caves, their own narrow pathways, because they're so afraid of someone who might think something's different than them. There's no life there. Relationship is where we can find peace. It's not always where we find answers to these questions, but it's where we find peace within the tension of them. The world is not black and white. It's gray, and that used to make me really uncomfortable, but lately I've been realizing that gray is beautiful. Every day we get to wake up and learn more about our purpose, about caring for the people in front of us. What does it look like to care for the people in front of you? The Bible says care for the foreigner, the orphan, the widow. In that culture's time, those were the most needy of everybody. So today, who are the people who need us the most? What do they look like? How do we help them? It's one small decision after the next. It's not these big fancy prayers. Sometimes it is, but more often than not, it's buying your friend lunch. It's letting someone sleep on your couch when they have nowhere else to go. I think spirituality is a lot more practical than we make it sound. A lot of the time, it looks like a lot of love. A lot of the time, it's more of an action than a word. Love is a verb. Love is a choice. We choose to let people into our lives. We choose to love them. Bravery is a choice. Standing next to the people who matter to you, no matter what everyone else thinks, that is a choice. You're never gonna feel brave. You just have to be brave. This video is probably very, very scattered, but I had a lot of thoughts that I wanted to get out, so I hope something in this video encouraged you. If you guys have questions, keep asking, keep talking about it. It's the conversation that we find peace in. It's the conversation that brings life, brings learning, brings faith, and brings Jesus to life. We're supposed to be talking about this. We can't be scared to disagree with each other because we're gonna disagree, but we're missing out if we avoid the conversation altogether. Thank you for watching this video. I love you guys. If you want to get more involved in what I'm doing, join my Patreon page. That's where I just uploaded the new and improved prologue to my book, Finding Home. Link to that in the description box below. Or if you'd like to buy my book, Be Free, which is my process, overcoming shame, depression, anxiety, links in the description box below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next week.